Lab, and today we have the GR Yaris. We have the GR Corolla on the hubs. We've actually had this on the hub since Monday. It is now Thursday, so we've been on the hubs for 4 days now. Last night we finished our 91 octane tuning. Don't call me.
Speedlot, can I take your order?
Last night we finished our 91 octane tuning, 285 wheel, 305 torque. There was a little bit more room in it, but we didn't want to push it. This is literally a full, completely stock 3-cylinder. We raised the boost from 21 psi to 31, 32 pounds, which is kind of insane. No knock or anything, concerning. Super happy with the results. We picked up like 80 foot-pounds of torque in the mid-range. Today, Chris came by to film, and I'm like, why don't we just do that E40 mix tune and get it over with? So that's what we're doing. We splashed it with about, should be like 37 to E40-ish. Yeah, that's what we're doing today.
Give us a little walk around. I want to see it.
Let's go look at the completely stock car. So,
three tips.
These are Haltech things. This is all for our downpipe. We got flex bellows. We got a box over there with Jesse cats. So they're the Gen 2 Jesse cats, rated for 500 horsepower. They don't rub any power, especially on an efficient setup like this. Trying to stay EPA compliant, and we want to make sure we can install this, and not have a check engine light, because no, we cannot turn off check engine lights. That's not what we do here at the lab. As you guys know, or some of you that don't know, when you're trying to flash the new GR Corolla or the Yaris with EcuTech, you have to do it, well, usually you go through the OBD port. However, there's no OBD protocol for this vehicle as of right now, as far as flashing goes. So you can still read codes and stuff like that and go to the dealer and have access. You do have an OBD port, of course, but you can't flash it. So what you have to do is you have to use this loom that EcuTech actually makes. So whenever you buy the suite, and if you're a tuner, you can order this. Nothing super complex. It just basically clicks onto your existing ECU connector and you power it up. There's a nice power port right here, super convenient, and there's a bunch of ground points here. Any of them will work, and then you just simply power it up. When you power it up, then you can use Pro ECU, which is the EcuTech software, to put that flash in. This car has been on the dyno since 2 p.m. on Monday. Right now it's 1 p.m. on Thursday. So this is day 4 of just back-to-back flashing. So we've managed to make some serious gains, especially like, I'm not talking like peak power numbers. Peak power numbers are probably what you would expect. We made like 285 horse and 305 foot-pounds of torque, which is super respectable. However, I'll show you guys later, the peak gains that are under the curve is over like 80 foot-pounds and like 55 horsepower, which is absurd just from a tune. Big learning curve. Nothing like tuning an Evo. Obviously, it's a new platform, different table, super smart ECUs. There's like 500 limiters and stuff like that you have to deal with and kind of get it out of the way to be able to achieve essentially the torque that you're requesting from the ECU. So some of you might be asking how much boost we're running. Stock, these cars run about 21 pounds of boost. We're running about 32 pounds right now. It has nothing but a tune. It's completely stock. I did put a K&N filter in there. Literally, it's just a filter. It actually lost like 3 horsepower. That's not doing anything for us. So it's not even a modification as far as I'm concerned. I already have pretty much everything on the parts catalog aside from the stuff that I'm gonna make myself, which is gonna be the downpipe, which on Friday or Saturday we're gonna go to CM Build, Chris's shop, and I got all the stuff here already. We're gonna build a downpipe and we're gonna build a turbo back exhaust. So downpipe, midpipe, and a center exit, dual tip exhaust, which is gonna sound amazing. And then obviously we're gonna be back on the dyno. However, I have already ordered a twin disc X clutch. I have ordered a catch can, basically everything Radium offers. Enough fittings to build like 7 fuel systems. 1100cc D-Short injectors. I just got off the phone with the dealership. I ordered 2-cylinder heads. I ordered a short block. We have ordered a piston, wrist pin, TP1. I don't even know why I'm ordering these parts. I'm just ordering them because they're gonna go on back order. I know there's other people that are trying to do what I'm doing. As you guys can see, I have a smile on my face. I'm super excited. I haven't been this excited since I had my
Yeah,
name
bro.
on the dyno.
You're pretty hyped up here.
I am
huh?
pretty hyped up. Dude, it is an extremely impressive engine. It's only 3 cylinders, and right now, we are essentially at the 300 horsepower mark. We're making 300 foot-pounds of torque on a 3-cylinder. Everything is stock on the car. As you guys can see, this is an all-wheel drive car, but as you guys can also see, we only have 2 wheels hooked up. So you might be asking, what the fuck? Just to avoid any inconsistencies, and because we do have a load-bearing dyno, and the split is kind of weird on this car, and the rear diff has a tendency to kind of overheat and put the car in front-wheel drive mode, which just makes the curve out of whack. What we do is we unplug the connectors on the diff, and there's a sequence that you do that essentially prevents the car from being all-wheel drive, and it puts it solely in front-wheel drive. And I'll show you guys the sequence. I don't know why you would need this information.
I want to see the sequence.
Sure. So what you do is you make sure the e-brake's up. You go on the second position. You put your foot on the clutch and the brake pedal. You put this down before you start it. You start the car, right? Keep your foot on the brake. Hold the e-brake. Now pump the pedal twice. On the second time, hold it twice, e-brake. That's called the pedal dance. You have to do the pedal dance every time.
You get that light on right there.
Those, and then the traction control that turns on automatically. And you verify like this. You put the e-brake up, of course, rear wheels, right? And look. Rear wheels. Morning. Action.
How the fuck did you figure that out?
This is your actual throttle flap. So as you can see over here, it's at 30%. Mind you, on wide open throttle. So they do this because the PID algorithm, the boost control, and the ECU is too slow for the wastegate duty cycle numbers to make a change. So what the ECU does is just starts shutting the throttle to basically keep the boost on line. I'm gonna make one more pull. I always like to do 2 after a flash, just to confirm all my findings, and then we're gonna get the hell out of the car, do the flash again, get the hub back in.
So we got some new fuel coming, eh?
Yep, we are going to get 3 gallons of 91 octane, and then we're gonna put 2 gallons of E85 in there. It's gonna give us about, depending on what percentage the ethanol is coming out of the pump, anywhere from like E38 to E40.
Is that your special sauce? The Krabby Patty formula?
Looks like we have more than adequate fuel to add boost. I think we're gonna get to a point that I'm gonna like slip the clutch on the dyno. I'm not even kidding. So right now we're not making huge gains because we're basically just starting from scratch. But what we're seeing is with the E40, as opposed to the pump gas that we were using before, now we actually have the ECU adding in timing. So we don't have any crazy spikes or anything like that, indicating that we have knock. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna give it some timing down low as well. Again, the Achilles heel of this right now is the fucking damn intake air temperatures. Like right now, we're hitting 50 degrees Celsius, which is like 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
I can go blow up there.
Yeah, you could just go, you could spit on the intercoolers and stuff. We got our air fuel in line. What we're gonna do is just try a couple more degrees of ignition timing.
Fuck yeah, dude. So you've picked up what, like 60 from stock? 50?
67 foot-pounds.
Oh yeah, dude.
Of peak torque, but that's not in the mid-range. That's the crazy thing. That's not in the mid-range. The mid-range is probably over 100 foot-pounds.
And the car's stock.
Completely stock. I haven't done anything to this car.
All right, Ronnie just added another 1.5 degrees.
We have 3 overlays here, okay? We have the stock run, which is the blue line. Of course, obviously, it wouldn't make sense if we lost power, right? That would be kind of weird. 4 days on the dyno, you lose 100 foot-pounds of torque. So we have the blue line, which is the base. And mind you, all of them are loaded the same way, as you guys can see where it starts, like how it starts ramping up. Red line that you guys are seeing, horsepower and torque with our 91 octane tune. Still knock free, still safe, no throttle closure. Green line is the E40 splash. Let's look at peak numbers that we gained, and then let's look at the meat of the power band, like under the curve, under the peak numbers, how much we gained. We made 271 stock, okay? Not touching anything, just, you know, doing 3 base runs back to back. This was pretty much the average, okay? 91 octane, we picked up about 11 horsepower. We picked up 34 horsepower over pump gas.
On E40.
On E40, yeah. I could have gotten more aggressive on pump, but it's not wise, especially with 91 octane. 34 peak horsepower, okay? And 45 peak horsepower from the base, okay? So 45 peak horsepower. Peak torque was at right at 250, 252, we'll say. Pump gas, we're about 305. Okay. Not bad.
Not bad.
Still 50 foot-pound gain. Peak torque gain. On ethanol, E40, we're at 314 and a half. We'll just call it 314. Literally another 10. So 60 foot-pounds of peak torque gain, which is absurd. That's not the most impressive part though. If you look at the torque figures, that's where it really gets interesting. So you guys can see at 3,300 RPM. So when you actually, you're getting on it, you put your foot on the gas pedal, stock, 198 foot-pounds. Speedlab E40, 298 foot-pounds. That's 100 foot-pounds of gains with just a tune. And yes, I have been literally doing, I've probably done 150, 200 pulls, if not more, since Monday. I mean, I've literally been doing this since Monday. And the best part is, we're still not out of fuel system. So if you guys look at the air-fuel ratio, you can see that yes, it was running rich on the stock tune. However, it was on closed loop for way too long. So up until 4,000 RPM, we're running stoic, 14.7. You see that? However, with our tune, it's even safer. I'm really amused with this platform. That's the best way I can describe the feeling.
It's kind of fun watching this.
Basically, I feel like a grown kid, and that's exactly what I am. You know, I come here and I put my work pants on and my, there's a little crotch, I'm sorry. It's very fruitful when you get to see, you know.
Fruitful?
Fruitful, yeah.
I haven't heard that
I'm trying to use some big word.
Okay. Keep going. When will this be offered to the public?
It's already out there.
Like
yeah.
this Saturday
right
when they're
now,
watching the video?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
All our FAP stuff's here. So we got flex bellows, 4-inch V-bands. This turbo has a 4-inch outlet, believe it or not. I don't know why. A bunch of radius mandrel bents so we can make the downpipe, and also flanges. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna slip joint the mid pipe so you guys can either run somebody else's exhaust or an OEM exhaust and just change your downpipe in the mid pipe, or you're gonna have to slip on SPL 3-inch V-band. So it's gonna be V-band essentially from turbo back. Like I said, the Jesse cats, the cats themselves are $700 each retail. So, you know, don't expect a $300 downpipe, obviously. Today was very fun. You're gonna go home. I'm probably gonna do some more tinkering with this thing. I might send you an updated power graph, my friend. Thanks for watching, guys. Just don't forget to hit that subscribe button, have bell notification, and all that other stuff that YouTubers say to do. Just do it. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a
yeah.
I'm an engine.
Like, comment, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Was just casually admiring the Supra here, and we noticed a fucking pool of water in here.